name is Kathy, and today I'll be discussing the use of homeopathic remedies on ailments, continuing with infections, infestations, and the immune system, starting with the letter C, Part 1. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easy to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Please refer to my How to Use Homeopathic Remedies video before using the material in this video. I'll be discussing how to use homeopathic remedies on specific ailments, but I've broken these ailments into categories for easier reference. I'll begin with ailments of the mind and emotions, then move on to ailments of the brain and nervous system. Then I'll address issues with your skin, nails, hair, eyes, ears, nose, teeth, gums, lungs, respiration, heart, blood, circulation, muscles, bones, joints, esophagus, stomach, duodenum, small and large intestine, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, kidney, bladder, then ailments specific to women and specific to men, then issues of the hormones and the metabolism, and then homeopathic remedies for infections, infestations, and the immune system, then issues surrounding fertility, pregnancy, childbirth, postnatal problems, and homeopathic remedies that address special problems in infants, ailments and diseases in childhood, and special issues of adolescence, and finally, special issues of the elderly. Constitutional treatment involves treating the totality of the individual person. Everyone is a unique individual with a unique physiology that responds to substances differently. In homeopathy, it's recognized that people react strongly to certain remedies, and as a result of this, they can be loosely placed into different categories called constitutional types. Homeopaths talk of, for example, phosphoric types. These are people who react strongly to phosphorus, or Arsenicum Album types, those who react strongly to Arsenicum Album. The belief is that people of one type share similarities in terms of body shape, character, and personality, and the sorts of diseases from which they suffer. As an example, nature mirror people tend to be pear-shaped, have a dark complexion, be fastidious and rigid in personality, and keep themselves to themselves. They also crave salt and suffer from constipation. As another example, lycopodium types tend to be tall, gangly, and of stooped appearance, with an anxious expression and a craving for sweets and a propensity to produce intestinal gas. Now, of course, constitutional types have their limitations. In reality, each person is an individual, and so there are as many constitutional types as there are human beings. An account must be taken of the sum total of the person's inherent predispositions, past illnesses, diet, general reactions to the environment, intellectual and emotional features, and general attitude to life. This is what is meant by constitutional treatment. I'll be making detailed videos of the various constitutional types after I've completed the use of homeopathic remedies on ailments. The ideas, procedures, and suggestions in this video and all my homeopathic videos are not intended as a substitute for the medical advice of a trained health professional. Consult your physician before adopting the suggestions in this video. If you're pregnant, do not attempt these techniques without the approval of your physician. So, let us continue to learn how homeopathic treatments can help with infections, infestation, and the immune system, starting with the letter C, Part 1. Infections are an almost daily occurrence, but yet if we are healthy, our immune system deals with them before we notice any symptoms. Most microorganisms enter the body through the nose and mouth, in the air, in our food, sometimes on dirty fingers. Some enter through cuts and abrasions, and others invade the urinary or reproductive tract through the urethra or vagina. Many of the microorganisms with which we share this planet are harmless. Some permanently inhabit the inside and outside of the human body. A few even produce substances useful to it and prevent harmful bacteria from finding a foothold. This is true of certain bacteria in the large intestine and vagina. Some bacteria are harmless in one part of the body but damaging in others. This is true of E. coli, which is benign when it is in the colon or rectum, but harmful if it is transferred to the urethra, vagina, or mouth. Each kind of microorganism, whether it is a bacterium, virus, fungus, or blood parasite, carries special chemical markers known as antigens. Some strains of lymphocytes, which is a kind of white blood cell produced by the lymph nodes, spleen, bone marrow, adenoids, tonsils, and the wall of the gut, recognize antigens and stimulate other lymphocytes to produce proteins called antibodies, which then disable the carrier organism. Other lymphocytes directly attack and destroy the invading organism. For about 6 months after birth, babies are protected by their mother's antibodies. After that, the immune system is sufficiently mature to start manufacturing its own. Homeopathic immunization does not involve introducing live or dead viruses or antibodies into the body. Instead, remedies are prepared from diseased tissue or secretions using the traditional dilution and succession method. Like other homeopathic remedies, they contain in highly potent form the essence of the source material used, in this case, the essence of the disease organism and its toxins. The body reacts to such remedies, known as nosodes, by sharpening its immune response. The production of antibodies is in response to antigens. The so-called immune response is not the body's only line of defense. The body's first line troubleshooters are neutrophils and macrophages, which are two kinds of white blood cell that constantly patrol the bloodstream and tissue fluids and respond immediately to the chemical and thermal signals sent out by tissues when they become inflamed. If inflammation is suppressed, white cell activity is impaired. Neutrophils and macrophages gobble up and digest offending microbes, foreign particles, and other noxious elements. The resulting pus is a mixture of necrotic tissue, dead bacteria, and dying white blood cells. Infections can be treated by killing the germs that cause them or by helping the immune system to deal with them, or both, depending on general health and the virulence of the infection. Traditional antibiotics can deal with bacteria, but not viruses. After a course of antibiotics, live yogurt or kefir, eaten daily for at least 5 days, helps to repopulate the gut with the beneficial bacteria the antibiotics have killed, along with the harmful bacteria that was their main target. Homeopathic remedies, improved nutrition, fresh air, exercise, and rest can restore the coping ability of the immune system. In some cases, homeopathic remedies and antibiotics used together may be necessary. Constitutional homeopathic treatment is always advisable after serious infections. Occasionally, as a result of aging or exposure to certain viruses, bacteria, chemicals, and environmental factors, the body loses some of its ability to discriminate between self and non-self, or fails to recognize and destroy its own abnormal cells. The first kind of impairment leads to autoimmune diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis and systemic lupus. The second leads to cancer. Allergies, distressing reactions to certain drugs, chemicals, foods, and other substances that seem to be tolerated by the majority of people are the downside of having an immune system. Candidus, low-grade infection caused by Candida Albicans, a weakly infective fungus that lives in warm, moist conditions. Broad-spectrum antibiotics, steroids, immunosuppressive drugs, oral contraceptives, pregnancy, and eating over-refined carbohydrates or foods containing yeasts or molds all adversely affect competing populations of healthy bacteria in the body, allowing Candida to thrive. Illness and nutritional deficiencies, iron and zinc in particular, can have a similar effect. Many ailments beside oral thrush and genital thrush are thought to be related to high concentrations of Candida. Constitutional homeopathic treatment is recommended. Symptoms of various Candida infections. Cutaneous Candida affection on the skin. The main sites for skin candidus are folds or creases of skin because of its moist and warm conditions. These folds include armpits, the bend of elbows, behind the knees, the groin, the junction area where the thighs and abdomen meet, under the breasts, and skin between fingers and toes. The symptoms include reddened skin, rash, and soreness with itching. White or yellow scales may also appear on the rash. The skin can also appear soft and macerated with white appearance and cracks. Oral thrush, Candida infecting the mouth. In mouth, the mucous lining of cheeks and tongue may be involved. It appears as red or whitish spots, and there may also be a curd-like coating on white spots. Around the corners of the mouth, oral thrush or Candida infections may show its presence as redness or cracks. Vaginal candidas, Candida infection of the vagina in women. Inflammation and itching in the vulva and vagina with redness and soreness of vagina are symptoms of vaginal candidas. There is a vaginal discharge which is white in color and has a cheese-like appearance. Specific remedies to be taken 4 times a day. The skin shows red rash with itching, which gets worse during daytime or in evening. Hypersensitivity towards cold air with increase in perspiration on hands and feet. Use Silicea 6C. Dry red rash with intense itching, itching worse at night with some relief from scratching. A marked burning sensation follows the scratching. The skin may show scales over the red patches. Craving for sweets. Use Sulphur 6C. White growth of fungus in the mouth with mold-like taste in the mouth with marked heat in the mouth. The mouth is very sore and painful. Use Borax 6C. Dirty brownish colored spots on the skin with itching and scratching provides no relief and the skin is very dry. Use Thuja 6C. For dry, rough red spots on the skin with a burning sensation with itching and heat in the spots with worsening from cold applications, applying heat is soothing, use Arsenicum Album 6C. For oral candida, accompanied by an increase in saliva with offensive breath, use Merc Sol 6C. For a dry mouth with fungus growth, use Monilia Albicans 6C. For whole mucous lining of the mouth appears red, with bad breath, with ulcers, with a gray appearance, saliva causes burning in the mouth, use Chloricum 6C. For the whole mouth sore, painful and tender, with the area inside both cheeks and tongue sore, a specific stabbing kind of pain, use Sempervivum 6C. You can also use Candida Albicans Nosode 30C. Self-help. First of all, stop taking any drugs that might be encouraging Candida to flourish. If necessary, discuss alternatives with your doctor. Cut down consumption of refined carbohydrates, provided you are not overweight or you are not underweight. Also reduce consumption of foods containing yeasts and molds. To keep gut bacteria healthy, drink Actophilus milk occasionally or take acidophilus tablets. Eat more foods rich in biotin and be liberal with the garlic and fresh leafy vegetables. Take extra vitamin A, B, C, zinc, iron, and magnesium. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, and so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.